Eli Pariser, the author of a fascinating new book, The Filter Bubble. Eli, are you arguing that there is such a thing as objective news?
No, I'm arguing that the best editors give a sense of the lay of the land.
And who would be an example of an editor who, in your mind at least, is a paragon of this?
Well, I think the best newspapers often
New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post.
And sometimes they miss the mark, but they have a system of ethics that determines a lot of what's on the front page. It's not just the stuff that's going to sell the most copies. And the danger of this kind of personalized route is that you can see how lucrative it would be just to show people stuff that's the stuff they're most likely to click, they're most likely to like on Facebook. And there's a whole bunch of things that are missing from that equation when that's all that you're seeing is stuff that that makes you feel good about your views.
I'm probably going to get fired for this next comment, but at least it'll be public. We're in the AOL offices, and of course Huffington Post is a more and more important part of the AOL empire. Is the Huffington Post an example of a website that is doing exactly what you're saying, simply telling people what they want to hear?
Well, I don't know how much the Huffington Post is actually, doing this kind of individual personalization. They have been doing it certainly on the on the right-hand bar. You get a kind of recommended news for you.
But as a website that was begun as a way of validating the progressive version of the universe.
Well, I mean, certainly, I mean, it does tell progressives what they want to hear. And that's a lot of their audience. I think
you're, of course, a progressive yourself, and unashamedly one.
That's correct. But the difference is, at least when you go to the Huffington Post, you know what the editorial sensibility is. You understand that I'm going to look at look at the world through the eyes of someone who is, has that perspective. The danger with these personalized filters is you don't know what the editorial sensibility is. You don't know who Google or Facebook thinks you are, what they think you're interested in, and therefore you don't really know what's being edited out. You don't know what's being left on the side and that you're not seeing.
So the really important question is, why is Google and Facebook doing this?
Well, for a simple reason. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg sort of unwittingly put his finger on it, I think, when someone was asking him about the news feed, and he said, well, a squirrel dying in your front yard may be more relevant to your interests right now than people dying in Africa. And to him, the point was, let's have news that is relevant. Let's have more squirrels. I think,
or at least more dying squirrels.
More dying squirrels. I won't, I don't know what that means, but let's bring people's attention to the things that are right around them, that are very relevant in their lives.
Not because he's
not
an intellectual relativist. It's because that makes him money, right?
That's right. No, I mean it keeps people coming back because it gives them these little bursts of information that are very salient. And I'm not saying, I think some of that is necessary, but I think the best media knows how to balance the squirrels with the people dying in Africa. It knows how to show us a bit of both. It knows it knows how to keep us engaged enough that we learn things about the world that we might not otherwise, and not just show us the stuff that everybody likes or that is most compulsively clickable.
But isn't it also fair to say that whilst Google and Facebook don't claim to be in the editorial business, they actually are, and that they're using commercial reasons to provide headlines to make more money?
Right. I mean, I think this is the core thing, is they say, we have no values. We're just building tools here. But the tools are editorial tools. They decide in very much the same way that the New York Times editors or any other editors decide what you see and what you don't, what you know about the world. They're making ranking decisions and prioritization decisions, and those are value judgments. And as it happens, there's a particular set of value judgments that they're making about what people should see. Facebook has decided that what people should see is stuff that they like. And like has a very particular valence. It's not important. It's not recommended. It's like, and that is what propagates on Facebook. Things that people like. I ran a marathon. I baked a really great cake. That's easy to hit like on. There's a civil war breaking out in Congo. Not that easy to hit like on. It doesn't move across Facebook.